Have you ever wondered why certain bloodlines seem to possess an invisible gravitational pull for prosperity, while others, despite grueling labor, remain trapped in a cycle of depletion? This is not a matter of luck, nor is it a quirk of the banking system. It is the result of a dormant architectural frequency, a specific harmonic alignment that has been whispered through the corridors of the Sephardic tradition for over 2 millennia. Tonight, I am pulling back the heavy velvet curtain on a practice so potent that it was once punishable by excommunication to share it with the uninitiated. This is the quadrant of Avicenna, a nocturnal protocol that utilizes 4 specific metal conductors to reroute the flow of celestial abundance into your physical reality, while your conscious mind is sidelined by slumber. The guardian of the hidden gate. My name is Patriarch Zebulon. For nearly half a century I have lived within the hushed libraries of Tiberius, decoding the mathematical subtext of the Tanakh and the celestial cartography of the Merkabah. My lineage traces back to the silversmiths of ancient Cordoba, men who understood that gold and silver were not merely currency, but solidified light capable of bending the fabric of Parnassa, or divine sustenance. The ritual I am about to describe has never been committed to paper. It was etched into the memory of my ancestors, passed from father to son during the final hour of the lunar cycle. We have watched empires crumble and currencies evaporate, yet those who command the 4-coin alignment have remained untouched by the storms of the material world. Even now, as the global gears of commerce grind and shriek with instability, those holding this key find that doors open before they even think to knock. The anatomy of the 48-hour shift. What makes this protocol distinct from common folklore is its terrifying efficiency. When executed with surgical precision, the quadrant of Avicenna does not yield results in months or years. It triggers a structural collapse of poverty barriers within 48 hours. I have witnessed individuals who are drowning in systemic debt receive notifications of cleared balances or anonymous grants before the third sun rose. But I must issue a stern caveat. This is a binary system. If you alter a single coordinate, if you substitute the metals or falter in the verbal ignition, the circuit remains open and the energy dissipates into the ether. You must follow the path exactly as I lay it out, for we are dealing with the physics of the soul, not the whims of wishful thinking. The night my reality fractured. I remember the exact moment the weight of this truth hit me. I was a young scholar of 22, living in a drafty stone attic in the old city. I was starving, my pockets filled with nothing but dust and the echoes of unpaid tuition. My mentor, a man known only as Master Yeraham, found me shivering over a guttering candle. He didn't offer me bread. Instead, he reached into a small iron box and produced 4 identical copper discs. "Zebulon," he said, his voice like grinding stones. "The Creator did not design the human spirit to be a slave to the stomach. Scarcity is a hallucination brought on by a disconnected circuit. Tonight, we repair the connection." I was skeptical. I was a man of logic and scripture. But Master Yeraham explained that the universe operates on a vacuum principle. By placing these 4 conductors in a specific geometric relationship to the human pineal gland during the state of REM, the small death, one creates a localized vacuum that the infinite abundance of the Ein Sof is legally obligated to fill. That night, I performed the placement. I spoke the ignition sequence. By noon the following day, a legal dispute regarding my family's confiscated land in Morocco, a case that had been dead for 30 years, was suddenly settled in our favor. A courier arrived with a draft that effectively ended my family's struggle forever. Master Yeraham simply nodded. "The frequency does not lie," he said. "It only waits for an operator." The metaphysics of the sleeping soul. To understand why the pillow serves as the altar, you must understand the state of the neshama during sleep. Ancient texts suggest that when the body enters a state of paralysis, the soul detaches from the sensory input of the physical world. It enters a liminal space, a bridge between the finite and the infinite. In this state, you are no longer a person with a bank account. You are a pure, energetic signature. However, most people enter this space naked, carrying only the heavy, tattered rags of their daily anxieties. This attracts more of the same. By placing the 4 coins beneath your head, you are essentially providing your soul with a tether made of material value. You are marking your physical location as a landing pad for prosperity. The coins act as a spiritual antenna. They capture the high-frequency vibrations of the celestial realms and step them down into a density that can manifest as checks, contracts, and opportunities in the waking world. The failure of the physical grind. Why does hard work so often lead to nothing? Because hard work is a horizontal force. You are trying to move a mountain by pushing against its base. The Jewish secret to wealth is a vertical force. We do not push the mountain, we change the gravity beneath it. The world tells you to budget, to sacrifice, to toil. These are physical responses to a spiritual ailment. If your vessel is cracked at the energetic level, you can pour the entire ocean into it, and you will still die of thirst. The quadrant of Avicenna seals the cracks. It addresses the ancestral leaks that drain your efforts before they can bear fruit. For thousands of years, our people have survived the most brutal economic lockdowns in history. How? Because we carried the technology of the 4 coins in our minds. While others look to the kings and the markets for permission to prosper, we look to the pillow and the metals. Preparation. The sanctity of the space. Before you begin, you must curate your environment. Physical chaos is the cousin of spiritual poverty. Your sleeping quarters must be purged of clutter. A single stack of dirty laundry or a pile of unfiled bills creates static that can scramble the signal of the coins. You must also approach the ritual in a state of neutrality. If you are desperate, you are radiating the energy of lack. If you are greedy, you are radiating the energy of theft. You must enter the ritual with the calm authority of a gardener planting seeds. You don't beg the seeds to grow. You provide the soil and the water, knowing the law of nature will do the rest. The 4 elements of the quadrant. To activate the secret, you require 4 specific components. First, the 4 conductors. You must use 4 coins of identical value. They must be made of the same metal alloy. In the Sephardic tradition, we prefer copper or silver-toned metals, as they are high conductors of bioelectric energy. Using mismatched coins is like trying to run a machine on different voltages. It will short-circuit. Second, the purification. Coins are the most traveled objects on Earth. They carry the grease of 1,000 hands and the sorrow of 1,000 desperate transactions. You must wash them in salt water before use. Salt is the great neutralizer. It wipes the energetic slate clean so the coins can receive your signature and yours alone. Third, the geometric alignment. Most people who try money charms fail because they scatter their tools. The number 4 is the number of the material world, the 4 corners of the earth, the 4 seasons, the 4 elements. By using 4 coins, you are claiming dominion over the physical realm. Fourth, the ignition sequence. Silence is the enemy of creation. You must use your vocal cords to command the atmosphere. The Hebrew tradition teaches that the world was spoken into existence. Your words are the software that tells the hardware of the coins what to do. The step-by-step protocol. Follow these instructions with the devotion of a watchmaker. Do not skip a breath. Step 1. The charging. At precisely 10 minutes before you intend to sleep, take the 4 cleaned coins in your left hand. The left hand is the chesed, or the receiving side of the spiritual body. Close your fist tightly. Feel the cold metal warming against your palm. Visualize a thin thread of silver light connecting your heart to the coins. Do not visualize money in the abstract. Visualize the result of the money. See the look of relief on your spouse's face. See the signature on the deed of your new home. See the paid in full stamp on the debt that haunts you. Hold this for 60 seconds. Step 2. The command. Bring the coins to your lips. Whisper these words of power. I am the architect of my own abundance. By the law of the 4 corners, I summon the hidden wealth of the north, the south, the east, and the west. Let the vacuum of my sleep be filled with the weight of gold. The gate is open. The flow is constant. It is done. Step 3. The placement. Lift your pillow. Place the coins in a perfect square, the quadrant, one for each corner of your consciousness. They should be positioned so that when you lie down, your head is centered within the square. This creates a golden cage of energy that captures the prosperity frequencies as they descend during the night. Step 4. The transcendence. Lie down. Do not check your phone. Do not read. Do not let your mind wander back to your worries. Take 4 deep, rhythmic breaths. With each exhale, imagine you are sinking into a deep, dark well of infinite potential. Your job is now over. The soul is departing for its nightly journey, and it is leaving through the gateway you have just constructed. Step 5. The morning retrieval. When you awaken, do not rush out of bed. Before your feet touch the floor, reach under the pillow and retrieve the coins. They will feel different, heavier perhaps, or strangely vibrant. Place them immediately into a silk pouch or a dedicated compartment in your wallet. These are no longer coins, they are magnets. You must carry them with you for the next 48 hours. They will act as a homing beacon for the opportunities that were negotiated in the spiritual realms while you slept. The expected manifestation. Do not look for the money. If you look for it, you are admitting you don't have it, which breaks the spell. Simply move through your day with an inner smirk, as if you know a secret the rest of the world has forgotten. Between 24 and 48 hours, the glitch will occur. You might receive a phone call from a forgotten contact. You might find a clerical error in your favor. You might be struck with a sudden, violent intuition to visit a specific place or contact a specific person. Follow these impulses without hesitation. The universe is moving the chess pieces. Your only job is to be on the board. The laws of secrecy and integrity. I must warn you, the quadrant of Avicenna is a jealous practice. If you boast about what you are doing, the energy will evaporate instantly. Skepticism is a corrosive acid to spiritual work. When you tell a cynical person about your ritual, their doubt acts as a grounding wire, stealing the charge from your coins and leaving you with nothing but pocket change. Furthermore, this ritual cannot be used to facilitate the suffering of others. If your intention is to win money that someone else loses or to profit from a deceptive scheme, the quadrant will invert. Instead of a vacuum for wealth, it will become a vacuum for your existing resources. The Sephardic path is one of tzedakah, the belief that wealth is given so that it may be used for the elevation of the world. The legend of the merchant Caspari. There is a story often told in the hidden circles of Safed about a merchant named Caspari. He was a man of immense greed who had lost his fleet to a storm. He performed the 4-coin ritual, but in his heart he wished for his competitors' ships to sink so that his remaining goods would triple in value. He woke the next morning to find his coins had turned black. Within a week, not only was his business gone, but his ability to perceive color had vanished. He lived the rest of his life in a grey, hollow world. The spiritual laws are indifferent, but they are precise. Align with the light of abundance, and the light will find you. Align with the darkness of spite, and you will find only shadows. A legacy of consistency. Many ask me, Zebulon, do I do this once and I am rich forever? My answer is always the same. Does a man eat once and never hunger again? The quadrant is a maintenance of the soul. I recommend performing this ritual for 7 consecutive nights during the waxing phase of the moon. This builds a resonant momentum. I have watched as entire families, once relegated to the slums of history, have risen to become the benefactors of nations by simply refusing to let their spiritual connection lapse. They understand that the strange secret is not that the coins are magical, but that you are a divine creator who has simply forgotten how to use your tools. Your final instruction. You are standing at the threshold. You can return to the world of the grind, the world of calculators and anxiety and maybe next year. Or you can take 4 coins and reclaim your seat at the table of the infinite. The metals are waiting. The pillow is ready. The night is coming. Do not let another sun set on your scarcity. Reach out, claim the quadrant, and watch as the invisible world finally pays its debt to you.